Hi guys, it's Irit, and I have a process video for you today. And all I can say is, I warned you. This might be painful to watch. I had such a hard time making this layout. This is really not typical of me. I usually have an idea and I kind of go with it, maybe change a few things, but this was rough. So I think the whole thing took probably a bit over an hour, which for me and for what you will see at the end, it's kind of a lot. But let's go through it. So, idea number one. I really wanted to use that blue pattern paper. I love this shade of blue, and yeah, I just really wanted to use it as a whole 12 by 12. I'm not gonna tell you if it makes it to the end. So my first idea was I took one of the other pattern papers from the kit, from the Amy Tan Finders Keepers collection, and it has this gorgeous floral, and I cut it out, kind of, fussy cutting. My version of it, I'm kind of lazy. I didn't go between all the tiny leaves there. And I punched out some circles, and I had this idea that the circles are going to go through up and down the layout, and that did not work for me. So that was idea number one. And actually the flowers, the way that they are positioned now, is very similar to how they end up at the end. Nicely put. But I decided I wanted more of a white background. So I'm taking this beautiful stamp set that came in the color kit, and I'm just using it, well, you see, as it is, to create a background. And I'm embossing it with Versamark ink, which is very sticky ink, and white embossing powder. And you see, I'm just doing it like that, just like I'm doing. And I really like how it turned out. But guess what? I'm not going to use it. So, but I hope to use it on a future layout and not have anything wasted. Even though, it's just white cardstock and a little bit of embossing powder. But still, I really want to try and use it. So the subject of the layout is kind of my daughter's first week in school. And I thought the letters were like appropriate. So yeah, so I thought that would be a fun background. And, you could do this also on the blue pattern paper. That would also look great to emboss it in white or gold, because there's also some touches of gold in this collection. So lots of possibilities, but yeah, it was, I don't know, it was kind of a struggle. Really, it's not something that often happens to me. But yeah, I guess it just happens to all of us once in a while. So this is kind of embossed and already cool to the touch. And now I want to bring out those letters, even though it's also like a fun texture, this kind of white on white. But when you add ink or watercolors to it, it really pops. So I'm using 2 of the distress markers that came in the color kit with the stamp set. And one is Cracked Pistachio. I love this color. It's such a lovely minty color. And the other one is a really lovely blue that coordinates beautifully with the Finders Keepers collection. But I forgot the name of it. Something like Blueprint Blue or something like that. Because it's a really, really nice, almost like a primary blue, I guess. So I'm kind of using the smooshing technique with just acrylic block and some water. And the ink in the distress markers has the same qualities as the other distress inks. So it reacts with water, and I'm just using it kind of as a watercolor here, I guess. So I'm just testing the blue to see if it works, and it really coordinates beautifully with all the blues in the kit, and also mixes nicely with the green. So you see the first stain that was there at the top is a little bit mixed color, but then the other two stains that I'm making now, I'm doing the third kind of stain, that's kind of the pure color, and it's just a beautiful shade of blue. I really, really love it. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking that this would be my background, and I love the way it looks. I really do. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what was not working for me. Now that I look at it, I think it's lovely. Now I'm going to mat my photo on a few of the papers. At some point, I just decided that it was too white for me. Okay, so now I'm just going around with a marker around the edges, just to get rid of that kind of white edge that you get, because the core of the paper is white. So I'm just going over it with a blue marker, and it really helps the pattern papers to look more defined and to stick out a bit more, especially on the white background. Because at the moment, my background is white. So I'm really just building some layers behind my photo, and I just love all these papers with the blue and kind of the mint color, and you can see how they coordinate perfectly with the distress markers. So just going around the edges, and yeah, I'm not happy. For some reason, I am not a happy camper. So these circles are at some point just annoying me, and they don't make it to the layout. And then I thought maybe I should use some rub-ons. And then I'm trying to play with the circles, and it's just not working. So while you see me struggling here, I'll tell you about the photo. Well, obviously it's my daughter, and how she's dressed for the first day in school. And she's holding, this is called tute or something. It sounds ridiculous like that. No, it's like this cone. And I don't know who came up with this idea. I'm guessing it was the candy companies. But all the kids that start school, I think hopefully it's a tradition that is only for, when you start the first class and not every year. So now the kids come to school or run around on the first day of school with these huge cones that are filled with, yes, you guessed it, candy. So good for nothing except for, the dentists. And I'm all for giving the dentists, livelihood. But it's just, I don't know, these things kind of annoy me, that they're like these traditions that have no sense except making money for some evil corporate. But I'm amusing myself. Anyway, apparently they also made these cones with some drawings from Frozen. So of course we had to get that cone. And being the people that we are, I think we got ours on, school started Monday. We got ours on Saturday afternoon, which is when all the shops close for the whole weekend. Everything here is closed on Sunday. There's like no supermarkets or anything. There are like some restaurants and cinemas and stuff, but supermarkets are closed, and they close kind of early on Saturday. So I don't know, 5, 6, something like that. So that's us, last minute people. Okay, so the next incarnation of my layout. How many times am I going to move those flowers? I have no idea. Good that I'm not counting. So then I decided I wanted this blue frame, so I cut down the white paper a bit. And then I decide it's too busy. First I decide that I should cut it some more. Because I don't know what was bothering me, but obviously something was bothering me. And then I decide, hey, that looks kind of nice. Maybe I should go for something like this. And I'll give you a hint of this, the solution to this mystery. This is kind of what I end up with after all that fussing around. What you see now on the screen is very similar to the final layout that house is gonna go. And I like this. I'm gonna take a photo of it so I can remember it. You see, I'm thinking, oh, this is good. And I'm bringing my phone to take a photo. So I will have a reference. And then I'm thinking, okay, let's see how it looks with the white background. And I don't know, I liked how it looked actually with just the 12 by 12 white paper, but this is just not working. So the white embossed paper is going, to wait for future use. And I just wanted to add another layer with a bit more of the darker colors, just to help the photo kind of pop off the background. And again, I'm just going to go over the edges. And that is it. That was the final idea of this. And I didn't work like, I kind of made this layout in, I guess, 2 sittings. But I don't know, it was incredibly frustrating for some reason. Well, I know what reason. Just as I said, it's not the usual my usual process. Usually things work just easier, flow better, and all that. But I really like how it looks. I think it's a really fun layout that, really fits the subject. Not that I care too much. I mean, I really plan on using, the zoo animals and all those things with just photos that I have to scrap. But in this case, the pencil, the scissors, the whole kind of, stationery or school supplies idea worked really well. And yeah, I thought about moving it, and no, I decided to go back to the way it was. So I think I'm finally adhering things. Yes, it's happening. It is happening. There is ATG in the picture now. And I'm going to do quite a bit of journaling, which is something I'm really making a conscious effort, right? Conscious effort, not conscientious. That's something different. Oh, this English is so complicated. Anyway, I'm making an effort to write more on my layouts. And, I could have just said first day of school and be done with it. But I really wanted to write down some of the things my daughter said, before she went to class, and then a few of her insights and opinions about how things work in school. For example, she's not happy at all that the teacher gets to talk all the time and the kids, well, especially her, have to be quiet. It's always an issue for her because she loves to talk. and I thought it was just super funny. So these thickers, I love them. I want all thickers to be like these. They are kind of rubber thickers. The color is this minty aqua perfection. I love the size. They're a bit smaller. There are a ton of them in a package, and you can see you can make really long titles, and it only needs a little bit of space. So they came in the Project Life kit this month, and yeah, I might stock up on those, even though I have way too many thickers. So maybe not, but yeah, I really hope that they make more of these. And I'm just going over the edge with the distress marker, and you can see all the journaling that I added in with a white Jelly Roll pen. And that's my finished layout. So thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.